Peace, family. Peace. As you can see by the title, I'm asking the question. Today we're going to be talking about the stabbings going on in the UK. I don't know if I'd call it an epidemic, but there's definitely a lot of stabbings amongst younger people going on. And I think we should talk about it. I want to kind of know what people, or I want to delve into the mind of what people think is a solution for all of these stabbings going on in the UK at the moment with younger people, and whether or not we could come to some kind of general consensus as to what the problem is, and more so, what needs to be actually done. I myself am the father of a young boy. He's only 6 at the moment. However, young boys, from the age of 13 are getting involved in knife crime and becoming victims of knife crime. So, at some point it may or may not affect me, I don't know. It may or may not affect me at some point, but I want the family to kind of come in and have their say, Oh, hang on. Live chat. There we go. Hammerman, how you doing? Alan Cook, what's going on? Lemon Egg, what's good? Joe L. I don't live in London, Hammerman. I've chosen to migrate outside of London. So I no longer live in London. Around the world, what's good? Hammerman, how you doing? Sorry, Shaka G. Yeah, it's a subject that I guess needs addressing, and there's a lot of because it's not just London, the stabbings, it's UK wide. So what is it? Sarah Smith, how you doing? Looking HQ from Hong Kong, how you doing? Wow. How's Hong Kong over there? How's it over there? Author Precious, how you doing? Iron Ryan Beats. Hamzat Marsha. Yeah, what do you guys think of the well, I'll give my take and then I'll get you guys to come in and say what you need to say. As a father of a child, a young boy, it's mostly young boys being stabbed and getting involved in stabbings. I know that my child is my responsibility. I know that I don't expect the state, the school, or any other institution to do for my son what I must do for my son. I don't expect them to do it. There may be institutions in place for my son to go certain places and do certain things, and which are free. However, the love, care, and attention to my son must be done by his parents first. And I feel like they should try to set the example of what should and should not be done. A lot of what I would like to do is that I would like to speak to a lot of the fathers of these young boys who are being stabbed and ask them what they think the solution is, because I don't know. I just think that to some degree, the fathers of these boys need to sit down and speak. In some instances, I believe the fathers are maybe content over everything, what's going on. C.A. Levy, how you doing? James West, Vincent Bradley. Yeah, I think sometimes in a lot of the cases, the fathers of these sons aren't around. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all the cases, but I know that as a father myself, if I knew my my son was getting involved in something along those lines. Okay, I'm in tech. Um, yeah, I know that if my child was getting involved in something along those lines, I'd be the one to step in. Scientific method, how you doing? I'd have to be the one to step in with my son. Okay, and I would have absolutely no problem stepping in with my son and letting him know. But the thing is, with my son, from the age of this age, he knows well, he doesn't know, but I'm actually cultivating him. I'm attempting to mold him into the man that I would want him to be. Are a lot of these young boys being molded by something else into this way of thinking, into this way of doing things? These are the questions that I'm asking. Who's molding these young boys into this lifestyle? Because I'm wondering. I mean, I know a few. This is just anecdotal though, but I know a few guys that have been involved in that type of lifestyle, and it's because their fathers were involved in that type of lifestyle, and other family members were involved in that type of lifestyle. You know, so sometimes it's like a family tradition to be involved in that type of lifestyle. Sometimes, not all the time. But I just want to know who's molding these young boys, because I want to sit down with the fathers and say, yo, as a father who's actually seen his child go through this stuff, what do you think the problem is, you see, or what do you think the solution is? And the problem, you know, because I know with my son, if I knew my son was carrying a knife or getting involved in that, my son would have to shank me. My son would have to chef me, okay, for him to continue doing that bullshit. That's just how I roll in my house. Like, my son would have to do that shit to me. I would do everything within my power to take my son out of that kind of situation. Joel says, boys molding boys. Okay. It could be. Well, if the boys are molding the boys, then Titans TV in the building. If the boys are molding the boys, then where are the fathers molding the boys? That Ricardo Robertson, good question. Where are the fathers to mold these boys? Because what I see sometimes, this is what I see. This is what I see in the Black community. I see the Black community, and I'm around a lot of guys, right? Black men, and I have to check. I have to check them anytime I hear some bullshit, right? So I've got a friend who had a problem with the mother of his child, and he could no longer see his child, his boy. And I'm like, what? What do you mean you can no longer see your boy? That's your boy. And so if you aren't trying to rip down mountains, okay, and I don't know, cause havoc to try and see your own son, to raise your own boy, then I've got to check you on it. Because the bottom line is a lot of the time I feel like we allow men to be less than what they should be. And I think they should be checked by other men. Like, I don't surround myself with men, right, who aren't looking after their children, right, who aren't doing the same things that they should be doing, that, because sometimes it's a cycle. Sorry, I'm going off. Sometimes they say, oh, my father wasn't around. Okay, my father wasn't around either. But I'm not about to continue the cycle. Do you understand? I'm not about to continue the cycle. Why are men not checking these men? Men know a lot of men, yeah, that aren't taking care of their children. Men know that. And they're not checking them. They're just letting it slide. And I'm like, well, you guys don't want a solution then. And then when you see these young boys stabbing each other on the street, you're like, what's wrong with these boys? Well, you actually know what's wrong with the boys because you're around some guys who you know should be taking care of their fucking children, and they ain't. So don't ask me what's wrong with the boys, because within our own homes, within our own communities, within our own family members, we allow men, a lot of men, to just slide and not take care of their own fucking seeds. And I think that's bullshit. I think that is absolute bullshit. Okay, so I don't know. This is just one layer to it. Do you know what I mean? I think it's multi-layered. I'm just saying from my experience, when I know somebody is not taking care of their child, I'll check them. If as a man, because I'm taking care of mine, and I'm like, so hang on, if you're not taking care of yours, who is? And when that child becomes X, Y, and Z, yeah, you're gonna have a lot to say about the state or about the school system or about the police. You're gonna have a lot to say, but who initially is taking care of your son, if not you? Take care of your seed, take care of your child, take care of the thing that is closest to you, the thing that you brought into this world. Don't ever think that it's someone else's responsibility to take care of them. It's not. It's really not somebody else's responsibility to take care of your child. What's that? I call myself off films. Says the problem is, Sarah, is that when men speak truth like what you're saying, they put you down and blame others instead of taking responsibility for the child. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Do you know what I mean? I've heard so many men, I can't because my baby mother isn't letting me see the child. And, bro, shut up. Like, seriously, do you think in any way, shape, in any way, unless this woman disappears off the face of the earth, right, with my child, that you're going to stop me from taking care of my own son? There's no way. It's not happening. It's absolutely not happening. I will rip down mountains to find my boy. I will literally rip down mountains to find my son and raise him. I don't give a damn about what anybody's got to say. That's my son. And so I see a lot of men negating their responsibilities with their children and making up dumb excuses like, and that's not to say that there aren't mothers out there that make it hard for fathers to see their sons. That is not to say that there aren't. There are many mothers out there, okay, who make it, who because of their own emotional connection to the whole situation, stop their or attempt to stop their fathers from seeing their sons, and that's bullshit. That is 100% bullshit, and you can't do that. And if you are doing it, you need to check yourself, and the women need to check them. You see, on my side, I'm a man. I'll check the guys. I'll check them. I'll let them know. Fuck that bullshit. And women on the women's side need to check women and say, hang on, how are you going to stop a man from seeing his own son? And if no one's doing that, don't ask me what's going on with the children of today. If you ain't doing that in your initial vicinity, do not ask me the question, what's going on with the young boys? If you know people that are doing that shit and where that boy could be molded better than what he can be, and you know someone that's stopping that from happening, then you're the reason why that shit's happening. So I'm going to read some of your comments. Defo gets searched more. And have to correct more. Oh, I think you guys are talking about something else. Okay. Sad when you think our parents and grandparents were 10 to 15 childs. Discipline is the key, says Mark Keedwell. Kids need mum and dads. That's the only way they learn to be a man. Otherwise, they learn from gangsters' prison life. Okay. People say it's because poverty, but youngsters are selling Class A's for Nikes, which is beyond stupid, says Keith Lamb. Afternoon, Sarah. A percentage of stabbings are drugs and cold related. I agree. If your dad is not your hero, he ain't doing his job properly, says Never 79. I put something like that on my Facebook status the other day. I said there was a driver that had that had pulled over, and their car had been, there's something wrong with their car, and I was with my son and they needed a push, and I pushed this Mitsubishi SUV so the person could like reverse into a space, and my son saw me and was like, Dad, I never knew you were that strong. And I knew that the relationship with me and him was good because he was like, he saw me as a superhero, like, oh my God, look what my dad did. And I'm like, if you ain't got that, because I never had that, honestly speaking, I never had that with my father. But I know that I had to break that cycle, you see. So you're either going to continue a cycle, right? Or you're going to break it. And I'm just saying, I know a lot of people out there, right, that aren't taking care of their children. And there are people sitting down with them every day and not checking them on that shit. Like, why are you not checking people on that shit? Why are you allowing that to happen? If that's the community, if we're supposed to be a community, then the community check each other and say, listen, go take care of your child and stop fucking about. Yeah, and if you are, and the thing, if you are gonna fuck around, then don't come around me. Don't come around me. Because before me, yeah, there's a little boy out there somewhere that needs you more than I need you. So we can sit down, chill, talk shit all day long. But there's a little boy out there that needs you, and you ain't doing shit for him. So really and truly, don't worry about, chilling with me, bro. Go check for your child, bro. Seriously. In the last 15 years. Big Bad John Love also, I've seen in the last 15 years more kids that have been used to do runs for men and the kids find money. Free the weed. Okay, it only takes 1 second to stick a knife in someone, but the consequences last forever, says Prison Knife. Are true. I believe that the namby-pamby state doesn't help if we ain't allowed to discipline our children. That's very true. This is a shot, but Rasbet and his panels are online like 8 to 10 hours a day, and all they do is spend. When do they spend time with their kids? Says Keith Lamb. I don't know. You have to ask them, bro. National Service will sort it out. Give them a sense of purpose. There's common sense. Okay, maybe that could be it. I don't know. Sarah, can I ask you a serious question? Are you gay? Because I've seen those videos. I'm like, oh, come on, Nassim, man. No, I'm not gay, man. Don't come in here with that bullshit, bro. Like, we're talking about something real serious, and you're asking about whether someone's homosexual. Fucking hell, bro. I'm not trolling. I'm new to these videos. Nassim, okay, if you're new to the video, no, I'm not gay. Okay? I'm not gay. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, bro. The best things in life are free. 580 for a stone island jacket. What you guys say? Indoctrination happens anyway for young boys from all directions. True. The best indoctrination comes from the intelligent, loving father, but indoctrination will happen anyway. Some of it very negative. I agree. I can't be with my son 24/7, 365. But the indoctrination that I give him when I'm with him has to be the one, must be the one, okay, that rises to the top of his conscience when, I guess, confronted with some stuff. It has to be. It has to be. Nazim, report these videos. If I report them, bro, there's too many. It's long. You guys report them. I ain't got time. Sarah, I know women who have boys, the father's absent, but those boys are well-grounded human beings. Sometimes both parents are at fault. Okay. I mean, I was raised by a single mother, so, I'm not going to say single mothers can't raise children. I'm not going to say that. It can't happen. Oldham is a poorest place in England. Does anyone know the violent crime rate there? I don't. Nowadays, parents want to get rid of them with technology into a virtual world. Okay. What would you say to your son if he said someone hit him at school? I would say hit him back, but only because that was what I was taught. My son has been hit at school before. He's only 6. And I told him, 1, report that to the teacher, okay? And you let the boy know, or whoever it is know, that they're not supposed to do that. If that doesn't work, then if he reports it back to me, I go down to school, and I've done this before. I go down to the teacher and say, listen, I don't know, that child there needs to stop. I'm just letting you know that my child's now reported it twice, yeah? And that child needs to stop. Otherwise, I'm going to that child's parents. So you guys need to check that child and check his parents, or I will. That's just how I do it. And it seems to have worked thus far. Without a father figure, the children will always miss out on something, says exploration of space. I agree. Do you find it hard? Because I'm sure you're against grassing. I was raised in Peckham. No, it's not grassing, bro. Like, if someone's bullying your child, it's not grassing, bro. Like, come on. I'm not against grassing. Okay, people talk about snitching all the time. Like, if I know somebody's in my vicinity and they're selling drugs, and I tell the police, that's not snitching. That's getting fucking filth out of my area. That's not snitching. If people think that's snitching, then so be it. But for me, snitching is, or grassing is, when you're both within the same you're in the same industry. So say I'm a drug dealer and you're a drug dealer, right? And I'm in the crime underworld and you're in the crime underworld, and we both get, caught for something, and I start saying, yeah, but him, he done that. And that's probably snitching. But that's not my life. I'm a civilian, mate. I can tell as many police officers as I want to get the filth out of my area. Sorry, not sorry. KNM 84, did I tell him off for the live stream? Do you know what's so funny? I told him off, but I also said, I didn't tell him off too harshly. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. Nothing when reporting it to the police. Is it a report on how racist white people are? Parents should talk to their kids more, spend time with your kids, educate them. I agree. Common sense. Instead of listening to grime, the hardest kind of music, they should get back into ska. Nah, I don't know about that. I mean, some of the music is a bit effed up. I'm not gonna lie. However, I don't know. I have to say the music can influence, but I have to also say that there are some people that aren't influenced by the music, even though it can influence. It's the same in Liverpool, in the north and the south, and black and white addiction to mental health is just getting worse. Mental health can be quite good, but could probably be another reason why there's so much madness on the streets. Oh, thought we'd bring up the whites being racist again. Funny. You guys are having your own little arguments in the comment section. But it's important to help a young dad with their children. So rebuke and encourage. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know what the solution actually is. Maybe some of the stuff that I'd said made a little bit of sense, but I think I would like to speak to a lot of the fathers, because we see like mothers come out against this stuff. They had like the Mothers Against Guns thing and all that kind of stuff. And you've got the 100 Black Men of London, but which doesn't get as much shine. You've got things like the Manhood Academy. The Manhood Academy doesn't get much shine. But I just think a lot of the fathers need to kind of come out the woodwork and say, yo, no, Battle Harden said it's because the fathers aren't there. A lot of people are saying it's to do with the fathers. We need to break the cycle, says KNM 84. I'm a Muslim and support 100%. Need you to know you're bringing up valid points. Keep up the good work. Okay. Agreed. Bring back community the way we had it. Fake Africans, stop claiming. How you doing? People who aren't always intelligent always copy what the other do, positive or negative. True. A lot of these kids are trapped in their postcodes. Very interesting, Keith Lamb. I think that's very interesting. Not even just the postcode, but sometimes just the estate. Like that estate's beefing with that estate. And I'm like, I don't know. I think education, because I think none of you own stuff that you're killing each other over. It's very crazy, don't you think? Like, if I owned my house and another man came to my house to take my house, okay, there's definitely a incident for beef there. But you guys are beefing over postcodes, pieces of turf that you don't own. You don't own shit within the neighborhood. But you're saying, yeah, but I'm from so-and-so. Who gives a fuck? If the government wanted to go and gentrify that whole motherfucker, they just gentrify that shit. And you couldn't say shit. And it's like, I thought that was your hood. Is that your hood or is that someone else's hood? I don't get it. It's like the comprehension of beefing over stuff that you don't own, to me, makes absolutely no sense. I would beef over stuff that I own, Like I actually used an analogy before of like a Ferrari being parked, right? A brand new Ferrari being parked. And everyone thinks they own the Ferrari because it's in the vicinity. So everyone comes every day and people have barbecues around the Ferrari. No one's got the keys though. You know, they have barbecues around the Ferrari and, you know, someone touches a Ferrari on the left side and someone says, hey, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. That's mine, that's mine, that's mine. And all these people are beefing over the Ferrari, beefing over the Ferrari. It's not yours. And then one day, the owner comes and goes, beep, beep, jumps in his Ferrari and drives the fuck off. And you guys are like, yeah, you realize you were beefing over shit that weren't yours. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, that's what a lot of is going on. People are beefing and killing people over stuff that is not even theirs. They don't own it. Did you watch the show last night? Raspberry Rebellion show, mad thing. No, I didn't watch it. Beefing over shithole estates wasn't for social housing. They couldn't even afford to live there. Exactly. That's very true. Why would you beef over stuff that's not even? It's weird. It's weird. Like you don't own a shop in that community. You don't own a house in that community. You don't own a business. You own literally nothing, and you say, "Oh, this is my hood." What do you mean this is my? What means you? That shit ain't yours. That shit is the government's. And if the government wanted to run through and just take everything, they could. Ain't yours. It's fake. What you're doing is absolutely fake. As Keith Lamb says, a lot of these kids are pulled into beef and they can't get out. That's very true. It's a cycle. It's definitely a cycle that people get drawn into and they can't get out of it. Right, we need to beef the government, not each other. It's very interesting you say that, DB Burns 187, because so real things that are going to affect you, like, you know, Brexit or, you know, leave or remain, or like no one knows anything about that. But if so-and-so from so-and-so block walks around the same place where you are, all of a sudden you're willing to lose your life. And I'm like, bro, seriously. Like, who is teaching people this shit? Like, we need to teach. You see my son, yeah? Ownership. I'm teaching him ownership and to be protective of over the stuff that he owns. Now, the stuff that he don't own ain't your problem. It's someone else's. It's the person who owns it. That's their problem. We own this house. That's ours, son. The cars, those are ours, son. Yeah? Those are yours. The street, the actual pavement, you know, the concrete blocks, that shit ain't yours, bro. Don't worry about it. Because you know what? Tomorrow, you could change all of this. This whole environment could change. You could move out of here. You could buy a house up north. You could buy a house in Florida. You could buy a house in China. That would be yours. But the concrete and the shit around it, that ain't yours. So don't beef over the shit that you don't own. That doesn't make any sense. Beef over the shit that you own. And if we get that way of thinking within our minds, yeah, I think a lot of the stuff would just fall away. People would realize that, you know what, we're actually like angry over some dumb shit. To decrease the crime in impoverished areas, maybe a nationwide Scotland approach. There's a solution to decrease crime in impoverished areas. Boy, that's a big thing. Free thought. I blame the government because the councils, they keep certain people as one instead of spreading people out, said Jada's Ozone. What's going on, bro? Had more sense from posse industry than I've ever heard from gang, says KNM 84. Why people make kids if they can't take care of them, says Master Google. It's easy to make a child, man. It's easy to bust a up. It's very easy to bust a up. Very hard, though, to take care of what happens after that. So a lot of people, like I said, it's a mentality thing. It's a mentality thing. Like I said, the whole postcode beefing and stabbing people because you're from this area and that, and a lot of it, like I said, a lot of it's handed down from generation to generation. So it's like, oh, we know that we don't. Like, I grew up in South London. It's like, I know that Brixton don't fuck with Peckham boys and Brixton boys, and I'm like, bro, like, you can take one bus and in 15 minutes in Brixton, you're in Peckham. So you're telling me you can't go 15 minutes down the street, 15 minutes down the road without thinking, fuck, I've got to watch my back. Like, seriously, who wants to live their life like that? Like, who wants to live their life like that? And if people are not, like, If people are not educating, I can educate my son because he's in my immediate vicinity. Like, who's educating these boys? Do you get what I'm saying? Who's educating these boys, man? I've got to take care of my house first, and everyone needs to take care of theirs. Like, it's community, but it's also clan. Like I keep telling people, it's also clan. Like, if I see a mad clan out there, I'm not fucking with them. I'm just letting you know. If I know that so-and-so's father was a madman and his uncles and aunties are all fucking crack dealers or whatever, listen, those guys are a cancer to the community, quote unquote. But, oh no, you can't say anything. All right, cool. Well, then keep the cancer in your community then. Don't complain. You guys know, it's not so funny. In a lot of these societies, a lot of people know who the wrong uns are. They know who the people are that are bringing the madness into their society, and they keep stum. They don't say nothing. And they wonder why it just escalates. No one ain't talking. Oh no, because you don't deal with the police. I understand about the police. I understand about institutional racism and the way police people, I understand. So if you're not going to go that route, what are you going to do? If you're not going to go that route, what are you going to do? Becomes a question. Someone must have told them that prison life was cool. It's shit and boring and can fuck up your whole life, especially when trying to get a career. I remember Pickham and Peckham boys, Brixton and Peckham boys beefing. Yeah. Summer camp program. This is the thing, Keith Lamb, right? So it's not their responsibility, yeah, but it also is in a way if they care about the community. So if we go to young black footballers, right, you have a lot of money. And I'm not saying they're not doing anything, but a lot more could be done. There's a lot of money in the black community, you know. Black people got a lot of money nowadays that could really help do some shit. I'm just saying, I'm not saying they aren't doing some shit, but I'm saying a little bit more could be done, you know. I'm not asking anyone to go in their pocket. I'm just saying if it was an option, if it was a viable option and they cared, they could. I'm just saying. Who's teaching them morals if you don't teach? Hang on. Got it the wrong way. Youth clubs are nothing more than devil's playground. My mixed race 14-year-old son, not ever been stopped and searched. Why? You don't stand about on the road. He at home learning how to program computers. Okay. I mean, I was stopped and searched when I was probably like 13. I think I was 13 when I was stopped and searched for the first time. And I had an afro comb. That's when I had hair. I had one of those metal afro combs, right, with the black fist on it. I remember it very, very, very vividly. And it had like metal spikes. And the police officer was like, "What's this? This is a weapon?" I was like, "Nah, bro." Just put it in my hair, and I was like, "It's a comb." So, you know, that's the most I got, you know, when I was like young. As a matter of fact, I did have a police officer threaten to beat me up once when I was like 14. I did. He threatened to beat me up, to punch me in my face. But like I said, I know people don't trust the police. I'm not saying that I haven't had my own run-ins with the police. I'm not saying I haven't, but I'm just saying, like, what are you gonna do? Like, the fathers need to come together then, right? The men of the community need to come together and do something. Because a lot of these young boys can look elders in the face and say, "Yo, fuck you." And I remember I couldn't do that. But that's only because the elders have separated themselves from them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you separate yourself from people, they don't see you in them and they don't see them in you. Like, a lot of these boys don't give a fuck about the elders because their child or their dad went around and they don't care and all this kind of stuff. It's a vicious cycle, man. We got to do something. I'm white as snow and I've been stopped countless times and I have a clean record, so stop pulling any race cards. Mm, I don't know. When Sir Bernard Hogan Howe is saying that his chief his police off or his police force is institutionally racist, then you know that's the chief of police saying it. So I'm just saying, um, blacks and Asians are more likely to get stopped and searched on pulling no race card. It's a fact. Well, Sir Bernard Hogan Howe said it's institutionally racist when he was, met chief of police. So that is true, Sarah. No respect for the elders. That's crazy. Yeah, there's no respect for the elders, but that's because the elders didn't respect the children. There is a proverb, I forget which African country it's from. When a child does not feel the warmth of the community, they will burn it down just to feel how warm it is. When a child does not feel the warmth of the community, they will burn that shit down just to feel its warmth. Think about it. Think about it. Okay. Do you think distrust of police and refusal to work with them is contributing factor to communities being crime ridden? If so, it's a big factor. Yeah, I do. I do think it is. But like I said, I understand the distrust for the police. I'm not going to say I don't understand it. Like I said, the bottom line is if we're not going to use the police, if black people aren't going to use the police, what are you going to do? Like that becomes a question. Like, what are you going to do? Because I'm saying I want my son to go out there and fully function within the society and not stab anybody. That's what I want for my son. I know there's madness going out there. So I'm going to do what I want with my son to make sure he can go out there and not do that shit. Is everybody else with me? Is everybody else doing the same shit? I don't know. I said there was a lot of people out there that don't give a damn about their children, and their children are running riot. So while I may be here saying, yeah, this is what I'm going to do with my son, no one else is doing it. So I'm like, well, what the fuck? What the fuck? No, I'm not with you. Only 14 white people murdered last year compared to 128 black people. Okay. Lazy parenting, says Mixed Banksy. I think a lot of it is lazy parenting, and that's just me being a father myself. Um, mm, 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 mm. Gee, curfews, no one under 18. Curfews? I don't know about curfews, I don't know about curfews. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not saying I've got all the answers because I'm not Sway. I ain't got all the answers, Sway. But I'm just throwing stuff out there for people to think about so we can at least get a dialogue going. Do you know what I mean? Bring back stop and search, says Rex Forbes. What's your solution to the stop and search policies? It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? The thing is, right? Like I said, when Sir Bernard Hogan House told you that his police force is institutionally racist, and then you give an institutionally racist institution the power to stop and search the people that they don't like. I don't know, because the thing is, I don't want to tar every police officer with the same brush. I don't. I don't. I don't know. I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have the answers. I don't have the answers. I really don't. It's too many like ins and outs. A joint vision was good, boy. Going on, son. Um, um, Sophia Lewis, will you think it ever return to Speaker's Corner? No, I don't think so. It's not in my immediate plans. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not in my immediate plans whatsoever. There's too much madness going on at Speaker's Corner, mate. I let the madness go on. It's a circus, and I'm not a clown. I prefer to watch the circus, you know? I don't want to be part of the circus. Um, uh, if the stop and search is bringing in results, then if it is bringing in results for me, then so be it. If it is, like I said, I'm the type of person who's willing to have my mind changed. I'm not. If I say something, I'm still willing to have my mind changed. So if you bring the statistical data and it is working, then it's working. If it ain't, then it ain't. You know what I mean? That's the type of person I am. And what's happened with your documentary? It's still going, man. It's still going. My documentary is still going. I used to get stopped and searched weekly and knocking about on the streets. It's okay. I'm glad your UK cats don't have access to guns like we have in the US. Yeah, it's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of stabbings going on. If it was guns, it's I don't know. It'd just be crazy. I don't know. It'd be like Chicago in America. Chicago's got one of the highest like murder rates in America. So big up the Metropolitan Police, says Sophia Lewis. Is that the real Sophia Lewis or a troll? Um, People still have access to guns. There are a lot of guns here, but mostly, you know. What did Chris Rock say in one of his comedy skits? He said, if bullets were expensive, nobody would get shot. Because you'll be like, I would shoot you, but I can't afford it. Okay. And I was like, that's very interesting because people have got guns, but if bullets were mad expensive, damn. I got stopped and searched, frisked, and then she said, "Love you on you go to the pub." Okay, I just think right. I don't know. I think it's weird because it's not weird, but I think black people have a different mentality. I had a different mentality about police in their heads. They do, and you know, if we go back to the 80s, Brixton riots, you know, police beatings, all that kind of stuff, you can tell it never came out of the fucking blue. Do you know what I mean? Like it never just popped out of the blue. So the thing is, I understand that. Like in America, it's worse. Do you get what I'm saying? Because the American police are just, to me, American police are crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like I think they use excessive force, and not even just on black people, just generally sometimes. Like American police use excessive force on people in general for no fucking reason. I've seen some police in America, and I'm like, why? What was the reason for that, really? So I guess it's worse in America. And plus, American police have got access to weapons, and they can shoot you and say, "Oh, I feared for my life," and all this kind of shit. So, yeah, I don't know. You cannot fathom America, so don't speak on it, says Ebony. Knowledge. Okay, cool. Jeez, it seems a bit sensitive. Um, I can only imagine Ebony Knowledge. Okay, I can only imagine. Um, us Geordies are way different to Southern folk. Up the Geordies, up the Geordies. Americans like Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum are changing the minds of black people's stance on cop hating. The thing is, I actually like I actually quite like Candace Owens. I'm not gonna lie. First of all, she's easy on the eye. First of all. Second of all, she's easy. She says some things, and you're like, you know what? I can dig it. I can dig what you're saying there, Candace. I can dig what you're saying. You know, I can. Yeah, I like what you're saying. I'm not saying I agree with everything she says, but I just like I like black people being able to have differing opinion. Yeah, and if they do, they can come together, speak about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I like that being able to happen. What I don't like is black people trying to shut down other black people and say, because you don't think like me, then you're a coon or you're an Uncle Tom or you're a house nigger. And I'm like, but that's easy to shut down someone like that. Do you know what I mean? Like if you can come and speak to me and we can dialogue, I prefer that. Stay like an animal. Be unscared and straight should be rolled out in the UK. Maybe. Maybe. Same as calling you a racist. Yeah, like it's easy to shut down someone with just a word or a phrase. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I find that the black community do that quite a lot to others. Do you have a preference for any political party in the UK? I don't have a preference for any. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't. Who are you? Okay. I don't have a preference to any party in the UK because I don't find myself. It's a very interesting dichotomy. I said this on my Facebook the other day. I'm going to reference it to this. I said I feel like I'm the middle child, and the middle child in society is like I don't necessarily understand that side, and I don't necessarily understand that side. So it's like I'm like the middle child. You know what I mean? It's like I think there will be something that comes along that I can identify with, maybe. But until then, I'm like, I kind of feel stuck in the middle. So you don't care about why you retracted that statement? Let the people speak, man. Let the people speak. No, of course but you have to understand, like my politics. I just don't think a Euro black can ever understand us in the USA. Well, the thing is, Ebony knowledge, yeah. I will say this. Sometimes things look different from the outside looking in. They do. Sometimes when you're in something, it's like being in a relationship, in a toxic. Sometimes you don't see it when you're in there, and people are from the outside saying, well, this is that, and that's that, and that's that. And you're like, no, you don't understand because you're not in it, which could be true. But sometimes from the outside looking in, you get a bit of a wider scope. So I don't think that people elsewhere can't understand what's going on in America. I think they could probably give a broader scope. They're not going through it themselves. Do you know what I mean? They're not going through it themselves, but I think they can probably give a broader scope, you know? Like my broad scope of America, like I studied the history of blacks in America, and the broad scope of history in America, though I haven't gone through it, my general consensus with black people in America is that they are highly sensitive. But because of the stuff that they've gone through, but they are highly sensitive. They are highly emotionally triggered individuals. They are. Like I've had conversations with black Americans for so long, and I'm like, why are these people so emotional? Like, I'm having a conversation with you, and it's like I don't want all of that emotion. Like, I'm trying to have a dialogue with you, and I feel like I'm your shrink. Like, you're just offloading all of your emotions, and I don't necessarily like that. I like to, and I think what's coming around in America, like people like Candace Owens, are kind of showing people that you shouldn't be so emotional. Your arguments shouldn't be emotional. They should be logical, factual, reasonable. And you kind of have to put the emotion to the side. So what does Scatter's mind say? If we discussion with your house hinders black betterment building. Doing a live show tonight, would love to get you on. I'll see what the show's about. Scattered Minds. It's nice it's off now, bro. Cool. I'm gonna be off now soon. I'm gonna be off soon as well. What we on 49 minutes? Yeah, I'm gonna be off soon. Off soon. You might. Religion, in my opinion, hinders everything it touches, says Hammerman. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think religion's one of the emotional triggers for Black people. I think. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't like that emotional. I don't like being like people just getting emotionally triggered. Black people, like people in generally get triggered by religion. It's just like, come on, man. Like there are like bigger things going on in the world. So you want to ban religion? No, I wouldn't want to ban religion. That would just be stupid. I wouldn't ban religion. No. You'd have to keep it private though. You know, you'd have to keep religion private. Like you can't come out into the public sphere and, assert your religion as a fact. That shit has got to stop. You can preach it in your mosque, you can preach it in your church, you can preach it in your temple. That's fine. But when you come out into the greater sphere of society, it's that whole thing of keeping church and state separate, you know? Um, you Euros in denial. What do you mean? What do you mean, Ebony Knowledge? What do you mean you Euros are in denial? Please, we've got a Black American in the chat. Let's see what you mean. Go to Africa and chat shit about religion. They will chew you out. Which exactly, that's emotional. That's emotional, you know? That's what I'm trying to say. It's an emotional trigger. Like all them emotional triggers, we got to learn to like stop that. Like it's 2019. Like if I can say one word, you go, Rah! I'm like, bro, like I'm your daddy. Like really and truly, I am really the one that controls your emotions. Like if I can say a couple of things and you absolutely just lose it, I know I am the one in control of you. You know, who's at my door? 1 second, fam. People always trying to sell you some. All people always trying to sell you shit. You know what I'm saying? All trying to sell you shit, man. What were we saying? Yeah, emotional triggers is what I was talking about. Yeah, we're too emotionally triggered, family, man. We need to stop that. Seriously. We really need to stop getting triggered by, oh my God, you said that about God. Yeah, well, if God was that powerful, we'd do something about it. Do you know what I mean? So don't worry about it. He's got it covered. And if you don't think he's got it covered and you need to do something, well, you're basically saying that your God can't do the shit. Do you know what I mean? You're basically castrating your God. You're saying your God can't do it, you've got to do it. And that sounds like a weak God to me. You know what I mean? God sounds like a weak boy. He needs to man up. If he's got something to say, say it. If we've got something to do, then do it. Saying because of questioning the basis of what they believe. Yeah, I know. God said yes. God said, vengeance is mine. Yeah, there you go. Vengeance is his. If he's gonna like get revenge, then he's gonna do it. Do you know what I mean? Scattered Mind, just no problem, bro. Promote your show. It's not a problem, bro. Not a problem, man. You seem like a level-headed individual. So, when you taking your shahada, how about never? Sarah, I've got enough respect for you, my G. Get down to Speaker's Corner. You're needed. RH Hart, people all trying to get me down there. I'm not going down there, man. It's a circus. Have you not seen the circus? You guys are trying to get me to the circus. I'm all right, man. I'm not a clown, man. Thorsey, your thoughts on Raspek. People already know how I feel about Raspek. Raspek's a clown, man. That's how I feel about Raspek. He's a clown. Yeah, he's a clown. That's how I feel about Raspek. It's really that simple. He is a clown. He's an emotional young boy, and I don't know. He needs a lot of attention. I think he's got a lot of estrogen running through his veins. If I'm totally honest, there's a lot of emotion going on with that boy. So it is what it is. Like, I don't normally speak on people, but I mean, he's spoken on me for about the last 6 months now. I think I'm entitled to maybe a little couple of sentences on the boy. You know, he's had my name in his mouth for a very, 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 very long time. He's been saying all he wants, making diss tracks about me and all this kind of stuff, and I'm just like, okay, that's not manly. that ain't manly. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go and write a song about you. Really? I thought you were the one to call me gay. That sounds a little homosexual to me. Just saying, you're gonna go and you're gonna go and write songs about me. Yeah, I'm not your woman. Don't write songs about me, bro. Like, seriously. But hey, it is what it is. I had man them are still looking for Oz's headpiece. Nah, mate. Making love ballads. When does Raspek see his kids? He's online 24 hours a day, says Dave Smith. I don't know. You have to ask him. I don't know nothing about that, man. Sarah, you have no emotion is lie. If you were speaking on proper management of your emotions and stress, that would be different. No, everyone's got emotion, but it's just knowing, do you know what it is? It's knowing when to it's knowing when to check yourself. That I feel like I'm not perfect. I feel like I know when to check myself when I'm giving an emotional response to something over a cerebral one, over a logical one, over a critically thinking one. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's me. I feel like I know when I'm gonna go and give an opinion based off of emotion, and so I think this topic is slipping. It's true. We've gone off topic. Um, if we get back on topic, stabbings in the UK and how to stop them. Solution. My solution is, well, not I don't have a solution, but I would like to sit down and speak to fathers, see what they think. That's my general overall consensus. I want to speak to the dads. How do you solve the stabbing problem? Look at each other case by case by itself and make comprehensive judgment. Okay, cool. Free thoughts is favorite speakers corner personality character. That would be myself and Gary and Big Bro. You don't know what is emotions, and what is a logical response if it is not you. I don't understand that. Ebony knowledge. You cannot empathize. Oh, of course I can empathize. But if everyone runs around with open wounds of emotion, then nothing really gets done. Like, I'm just saying, nothing gets done if everyone's emotional. Nothing gets done. Like, everyone's just crying and bitching and complaining about stuff, and it's like there's a time for that, and then there's also a time to organize and do stuff, and like you can't just constantly be emotional because then people won't take you seriously. They'll just be like, it's like having a woman in your house that's constantly emotional about something. At some point, the man's just going to be like it's like that, and I've been there. I'm not gonna lie, like I've been there. So it's like we haven't got time for all that emotion all the time. We haven't. Racism must be destroyed at schools first. Not at schools. Racism must be destroyed in general. However, I don't think it will be. I'm not gonna lie. You guys have stabbings, we have shootings, different toilets, says Tatty. Same shit, different toilet. True. I haven't got time, Ebony knowledge. I haven't got time for all that emotion. I'm not gonna lie, I don't. That's me personally though. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm an individual. I don't have time for all that. Someone that's constantly emotional, I don't have time. My patience is short for that shit. I'm just not gonna lie. I haven't got time for it. Like, talk to me. If you want to speak, let me know exactly how you feel without crying. Just saying. Let me know exactly how you feel without crying. It's cool. But don't just be like so emotional all the time. Like, I can't deal with that shit. Like, just you want to speak about something, like, let's talk about it. like men, or if not like man to woman, but I want to make sense and you want to make sense. Please, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like all that emotional. Okay, as I said, it is not emotional. It's out of your understanding. All right, if you say so. Um, when someone triggers you, how do you keep your cool as prison life? Generally, I try not to get triggered. I'm the type of person to sit down and analyze something. Like I will sit down, analyze it for a while, and then come to a conclusion. That's just how I am. If you're asking, like, so when do emotions get valid? Then, when they're coming from an honest place, I guess. When they're coming from a place of like an honest place, like if your child was killed or something like that, and you're emotional, it's honest. You know what I mean? Like, what am I going to do? Say, oh, we've got time for that shit? No, I'm not a heartless bastard. You know what I mean? I'm not heartless, but there's a time, like if you speak about, like nowadays, if you speak about the feminist movement or the LGBT movement, people just go crazy. I'm like, bro, like chill the fuck out. Like, let's have a conversation. Like, that's all this emotional shit. Like that's just me. Okay. Maybe I'm flawed. I'm open to being flawed, but I just haven't got time for all that emotional shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really haven't got time. Like, I prefer to get shit done than to cry about it. I always use the analogy of the rainforest. Okay. You can take or leave this if you like, it's up to you. But if you're dropped in a rainforest, right, and you have no idea how to survive, if you have no idea how to survive in the rainforest, what you do know, or what you get to realize, is there are poisonous snakes, poisonous frogs, red ants, fire ants that will probably eat you up, spiders, jaguars, and the rain, right? Now, you can cry, bitch, and complain about being dropped in the rainforest. Or if you're smart and you take your emotions out of it, you can study the rainforest and see what things you can use to your advantage as to survive within that environment. What I find is most people are bitching, crying, and complaining about the ants and the spiders and the poisonous frogs and the poisonous snakes. And it's like, all right, cool. So you're in a constant state. But there are people who are also living in the rainforest that have already set up shop, understand what time the snakes come out, what time the frogs come out, where the ant hills are, when it's going to start to rain. And they literally they're living in the same environment as you, but because they've studied the rainforest, they've now used it to their advantage. They know exactly how it works. That's the type of person I am. I ain't going to cry, bitch, and complain about shit constantly. I'm not. I'm going to learn it. I'm actually going to learn it and use it to my advantage. Some people aren't like that. That's fine. But I ain't got time. If I'm over here chilling in the rainforest and I've already made my canopy and I know exactly what time the snakes are coming out, and when the full moon goes around and the frogs are coming out, and you're like, oh my God, help me. I'm like, yo, bro, you've been at the same time as me, bro. So you've been at the same time as me, and this is what your conclusion is after I'm sitting down chilling. Nah, ain't got time for all that emotional shit. We have the same shit at our disposal. Do something with it. Don't cry, bitch, and complain all the time. Because you can, because there are poisonous snakes, and there are poisonous frogs, and there are all that shit. You're not lying. I know that too. But what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Nah, I'm all right. I ain't got time for that shit. And that's just me. Now, people can take that or leave that and say, oh, sorry to the man, he's a madman, but it's fine. I don't mind. But I'm just saying, that's how I work. I don't know where I got that drive to do that from. I don't know. But I know that there are people that I grew up in. Listen, I grew up on a council estate in South London. He was under single parent mother with 5 children. I could have been a statistic. Could have been. It was all against me. Trust me, it was all against me. And I know people from that same estate, yeah, that are doing different things now. And we had the exact same shit go on with us. But I'm doing this and they're doing that. Because I'm the type of person to study the shit. I will study the environment and be like, what's really going on here? All right, cool. And I tried to get myself out of that shit. Because no one likes the hood. Everyone's like, oh, bro, I'm the hood, I'm for the hood. Bro, if someone gave you a fucking mansion tomorrow, okay, and $100 million, you ain't going back to no fucking hood, so don't lie. You don't love the hood that much, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, don't talk about, yeah, I love my hood, man. Bro, the hood ain't got nothing to do with you, bro. Yeah? The hood don't give a fuck about your ass, so don't lie. I'm just saying, don't lie. The hood don't care about you. Yeah? It's a bunch of pavements, a bunch of shops that you don't own, some businesses that you ain't got no business being in there. You don't own your fucking house. You don't own the hood. The hood don't give a fuck about you. Okay? Give a fuck about yourself. The same friends that you're around, yeah, that are saying all this shit, bro, when it comes time to it, when it comes time, a lot of them motherfuckers ain't gonna be around. I'm just saying. They're not gonna be around. Yeah, my friend. Listen, when you're living amongst people who are just about money, and it's all about money, it's all about making money, bro. Those are the people that will snake you when you least expect it, because everyone's got the same shit on their mind and all about money. And those are the people that you call your friends. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You know, I could have been just like you. I grew up in South London, a council estate, 5 children, a single mother. Yeah, I ain't got time. I hear your story, bro. I hear it. Yeah. I never had a father around. We had to use the gas to fucking to warm the house. Yeah, we had to use we used to fucking the heater. I'm sorry, the cooker. Turn the oven on and open that shit out and just warm the house. Yeah, that's what I grew up in. So it's not like when people are talking this stuff, I don't understand. That was my life. You get what I'm saying? Sci-fi, how you doing? That was my life. So, and that was a lot of people's lives right now. 50p Lecky meter. That's exactly what I had. I had a £1 TV. We're talking about. We had to put a pound in the TV for the TV to fucking work. That's what we were on. Yeah, we had the pound TVs, bruv, and the 50p electricity meter. Don't get it fucking twisted, bro. Like I weren't born with a silver spoon in my mouth by a long shot. Yeah, by a long shot. So, like I said, I done this, yeah, and I'm not saying, oh yeah, if I can do it, you can do it too. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I done it, so I know it can be done. And so, if I'm not in a position to try and motivate others to say, you know what, I come from the same place you do. I might not speak the way you do, I might not say the same words, but listen, bro, trust me, I've been through that shit. Jay Black says, I don't talk about the days. Yeah, but bro, it's real, bro. Like, it's real. That's not my life now. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's what I grew up with. So it is what it is, man. The 80s. Yeah, I was born in 1981. I know I look young, but I was born in 1981, man. Right, I got like 4 minutes left. I'm going to leave at 15:15. Salad cream sandwiches. I don't know about that. I don't know about salad cream sandwiches. What the fuck is a Lecky meter? Electricity, bro. Lecky is electricity. Yeah. Lecky is electricity, bro. I'm only 2 years older than you, says Hyman. Yeah, I know. I look good, son. Shining, bald head, that light shining off the shit, no wrinkles, you know? I'm a pup, you know. I'm 30 fucking 7 years old, mate. Nah, I still got a long time on this planet, man. Still got a long time on this planet. You bring back 80s when you bring back Bricks in 1981. You know what's so funny? When the Bricks and Rats in 1981 was actually the year I was born. And my aunt was actually she was actually at a wedding. She was getting married when the Bricks and Rats were going on. It's crazy. But you look intelligent and spiritually clean. White skins can see. Spiritually clean. Okay. I was raised in South also. Okay, cool. Cool. Banter wrinkles. No wrinkles, man. I'm just I'm trying. Listen, I'm trying to keep the wrinkles away, man. You blessed, says Sonia, whatever. Thank you, thank you. The ancestors bless me. The ancestors bless me. Are there any good documentaries about the Brixton riots? There are actually. I can't remember the name of it, but there are actually. Amberly says I'm still in South for fuck's sake. Come there. I come south all the time, so my family are. So I'm always in South London. Always. When you visit outside London, do you notice a difference? I do. I'm in Surrey quite a bit. Surrey is nice. Surrey's like leafy and plush, and yeah, I'm in Surrey quite a bit, man. When you say you leave the hood, aren't you saying leave black people? Bro, let me tell you something. It's only been, what, 60, 70 years since black people have been in the hood, bro. Like, the hood is not your environment. I want people to understand that. I want black people to understand that the hood is not your environment, bro. It's a staged environment. It's a fictitious, it's a fake environment that was given to you because you were in a place. That's not your original environment. So say, oh, you're leaving black people. No, we don't come from the hood, bro. The hood is not your environment. Like, it's a manufactured environment. So yes, I will leave the manufactured environment. Okay, I will leave it. I don't need to be in I prefer to be in nature, in a monk. That's my environment. I'm a man of the sun. That's my name is Sarah. It means son of the sun. I will be within nature, amongst animals, amongst trees and the sea and all that kind of shit. Yes, I want to be amongst the nature. That is my environment. Okay. So you say, oh, you're leaving black people. Listen, you think I want to raise in a concrete jungle? You can if you like. But that ain't my environment, bro. That's not in my environment. So people can say what they want about that. Oh, sorry, I want to leave the hood. Hell fucking yes, I do. Hell, and you should too. Go back to somewhere which is nice, leafy, sunny, natural. Go back. That's your environment. Give a fuck about the hood, about a concrete jungle. Me personally, I couldn't give a fuck. I don't care. Literally, I don't care about that shit. Everyone would leave the hood. Exactly. People acting like if they couldn't leave the hood tomorrow, they wouldn't leave. No one wants to be in a concrete jungle, man. Damn. Everyone wants to be, most people want to be on the beach, relaxing in the sun. Most people, you know what I mean? Or in somewhere, relaxing, doing some nice shit. No one wants to be in a fucking concrete jungle. People think, oh, sorry, I want to leave the hood. Shit, hell yeah, I do. Fuck, I want to do that 5 times over. Shit. Right, guys, I've got to roll because going back and bringing it full circle about sons and knife crime and stuff. I got to go and pick up my son from school. So yeah, we got to go and do that. We got to go and pick up the little mini me. So everyone enjoy their day. Have a good one and take care of your sons. Take care of your children, man. Take care of your children. Don't let them get pulled into any bullshit. Don't let them do that. So yeah, that's about it. Peace, family. Peace.